Welcome to episode 129 of the Epilogue Lady podcast. My name is Bente and I'm coming to you from Sorrel, northern Norway, where I live with my husband, my oldest son and 2 cats. You can find me on Instagram as Arctic Crafts by Bente, on Facebook as Arctic Crafts, and on Ravelry as Arctic Crafts 65. There is a group on Ravelry for this podcast where you can participate in make-alongs and the occasional giveaway. It's a really nice day for recording today because there's no sun but lots of light, so I don't have to worry about getting sun in my glasses. Of course, when I'm sitting here you can tell that it's a messy living room, but I'll just have to live with you knowing that. If you can hear some noises in the background, it's because my dishwasher is running, because I didn't think. I turned it on even though I was going to record today. I even had to postpone the recording by an hour because I forgot to charge my camera yesterday. So we're off to a great start. Maybe I should tell you what I'm wearing, not that you can see a lot of it. It's a love note by TinCanKnits, and it's knit in Arctic Crafts singles, and the colorway is Plum Jam. I've done a lot of spinning lately, not a lot of knitting, because my mojo is still so-so. I'm not sure why I haven't done a lot of knitting. I don't feel like it, basically. So I think it's a mojo problem. But I love my eel wheel because I can sit on the couch and spin while we're watching TV in the evenings. So that's why I'm getting a lot of spinning done, I think. I'm getting too much spinning done because my fiber stash is getting depleted. I have lots of undyed fiber though, so I could dye myself up some fiber, but it's so much more fun spinning up stuff other people dyed. I know of 2 really nice Norwegian fiber dyers. What I should do today, I should do some research and do some Googling and see if I can find any other, because it's out of the question buying fiber abroad. Because I got sort of a little shock. I ordered some yarn and a stitch marker from Corner Craft. I wasn't thinking, and I had to pay double, more or less, because with the VAT the price was doubled. So I'm not going to. So thankfully, I think both of the Norwegian dyers, yarn dyers I found now, do advents. I think one of them is doing 5 full skeins instead of mini skeins. But that might be fun for a change, because I could use it for different projects. I could also use it in the same project, any 5 color fade or something, because I looked at her advent from last year and it's really nice to use it together in a fade. So I think I'm going with her advent, even though it's not mini skeins. I'm going to miss opening something every day, but that's not an issue because I can get myself something else to open every day. Maybe a tea calendar, we'll see. I might suggest a swap to Sue, that we can do a leftover scrappy swap or something, so I have a little something to open every day. But I still haven't finished my advent project from last year, so maybe I don't need another advent project. So that was a lot to talk about nothing, but if you've been here before, you know all about that. I can hear the dishwasher really, really well though, but hopefully you can't. I'll fix it in post, isn't that what they say? Fortunately, I have a setting in my editing software that says remove background noise. So hopefully that is considered background noise. May has been a nice month. We've had some days that practically you could call summer, 14 to 15 degrees and sunny. So everything is really getting greener by overnight, more or less. So, and I just, yesterday, I knew it was going to rain in the afternoon, so I did some, I threw some seeds in my flower beds. Wildflower mix. I love a good summer flower meadow, and I wanted to create a miniature one in my flower bed. So, enough babbling. Let's start to talk about the knitting. I haven't got a finished object to show you. I have a finished object, but it's already in use. But I'll show you a picture. I finished a pair of socks for my son, and the yarn is Ginger Snap That, and he's already wearing them, so I can't show you the finished pair. Now that I don't have a fixed schedule, I can't just say you can get them when I finish recording, when I don't know when I'm recording. So, and that's my finished object this time. And I have 3 whips to show you. One of them I've shown you before. One of them is what you will call a hoe. It's a half-finished object. And this is the first sock finished. I knit myself some shorties. And this is a really fun yarn that I bought in my local yarn store. It's my recipe for shorties that stay on the foot. I start with a 2mm needle and I knit the ribbing. And then I change to a 2.25, and I always do a heel flap and gusset heel on shorties. That's the only thing that will stay up. Sorry about that. Hopefully you can hear me. And this is how far I've gotten on the second sock. I'm on the foot, so it's just around and around until I'm finished. I wear this kind of sock in the summer. This is the ball, and since I misplaced the label, I have to show you a different ball of yarn. This is what it's called. It's called Lang Yarns Mille Colori. Sorry about the pronouncement and pronouncing, not sure. But anyways, that's what it's called. And this ball isn't for me. It's sort of Green's, so you can guess who it's for. She's already seen it, so it's not a big surprise. It's going to be in her goodie bag that she gets when she gets here. So that's my first project. And the second project is just lying around. I've knit a couple of rounds on it. Because this is socks for hubby in my own handspun. And, sorry about that. And these are for hubby, and these are sort of thick socks. And he's not going to wear them anytime soon, so that's why they're sort of on hold. I'm not sure why I keep excusing myself for the sounds around me. I'm not a professional, as if you couldn't tell. So there will be noises and sounds and everything. Hopefully you're not here for the professional finish, but to see my face and see what I've been up to. I don't think I haven't done a lot on this since I showed you last, and now I'm having problems showing it. It's my Sorrel, and as usual I've forgotten who it's by. Let's check my notes. When did I show this last? I haven't made notes about who made this. So it's on the bottom of the screen. I know I forgot the last time I showed it as well. I forgot who it was by. The yarn is handspun, and I'm at the end of my first ball. I have one ball left, a big ball, And I'm going to knit. When I finish the body of the sweater, I'm going to divide the rest of the yarn into two, and hopefully I get at least 3/4 sleeves, because that's going to be a warm sweater and I don't want short sleeves. I want as long sleeve as I can get, and that's what I've discovered is the best method to do that. To divide the yarn into two and then knit until you run out of yarn, and the sleeves will be as long as they are, and hopefully at least 3/4. So that's basically the knitting I have. I've been wanting to start a new project, but I think it's going to be a crochet project, because as I was saying, I'm thinking about doing some destashing, and I wanted a project that took some yarn. I've found 5 skeins of yarn that sort of work together, and I think I'm going to do a Siggy Interrupted. It's a crochet scarf, more or less, and you need 5 skeins in different colors to make it. I'll put up a picture of the Siggy Interrupted, and I'll show you the yarn if and when I start it. I think I have sort of, I can't decide on what to do. I want to cast on something different, but then again I have lots of whips that I should finish, so I think maybe a frog or finish is what I'm going to have to do next. It's not that long ago I did a finish or frog, but I need to cut down on the number of projects I have, I think. But that was the knitting, and now we'll talk spinning. And I've shown you these before, I think, but now I've actually soaked and snapped them. And this is 100 grams of fiber from Carberry Farm, and 100 grams from Ulvey in similar colors. And since I have 2 little boys to knit for, I think this is going to become a flax. I think I have enough yarn for a size 2 or maybe even a size 3. So that's what this is going to become. A sweater for a boy, a baby boy. And this is the yarn I made from Rolex from Leslie from Not Quite Enough Yarn. And I've decided to knit fingerless mitts with this. So this is going into my fiber hand-dyed handspun stash, because its fingerless mitts are not in season at the moment. And this is a mix of merino, camel, silk and llama from Gelen, and noob from Malabrigo. And the reason why I have them like this is I haven't calculated the yardage yet on either of these. I'm going to do that today, because I have to have the house to myself when I do that, or I'll lose count. So I haven't got the yardage yet, but me and Hobby sort of decided that this is going to be a hat for him. And I have a spinning whip as well. And these two I'm going to ply. I'm going to ply them today, I think. I of course forgot to bring the tags for these two. This one is Cormo from Ulvey. And this one is Shetland, let's say, Superwash Merino, 22 microns. And that's from Carberry Farm. And those two, as I said, I'm going to apply these today. And I have started, I have picked out 2 more braids that I'm going to start as soon as this is off the wheel. As soon as I apply these, I'm going to start another spinning project. And as I said, I have to start dyeing up some fiber because I'm running out of fiber really quickly. I still have the sweater spin from Hillesvåg on the, it's in behind me, I think. You can't tell because of the chair. It's on my Ashford Kiwi, and I haven't touched it since I got the eel wheel, and I feel really guilty about that. But I'm so enjoying my eel wheel, and I'm mass producing handspun. Some of this might become prices. The finished handspun might become prices for the fluff to stuff. It's sort of stupid to do it like that, because the idea with the fluff to stuff is you produce your own handspun, so you don't need even more handspun. But then again, fluff to stuff, it's one thing is you have to spin the yarn and knit something with it, but you can also knit something in handspun and enter that. I'm not sure I've made that clear before. I think it's in the rules. It's okay to, as long as you knit something with handspun. It's going all year, so that's why I'm thinking you have the time to make the yarn and then knit something with it. But if you have a large handspun stash, why not knit something with handspun from stash? That's all I'm saying. Well, editing Bente, to remind you of something recording Bente forgot, or I didn't forget. I had to do 2 takes today, and I was talking about this in the first take, but I forgot in the second take. And it's something important. June 1st, I'm starting Arctic Summer of Socks 2025. And there will be a thread on Ravelry, and there will also be a hashtag. And the same rules as always. Whips are allowed as long as you haven't started the second sock. And toddlers or babies, you have to knit 2 pairs of socks to make an entry. And it's running until August 31st, and the prize drawing will be done September 1st. And the prizes will be announced I will be doing a podcast at the end of August, and I'll show you the prizes then. And that was the important part that I had to tell you about, because June 1st is next week. So, back to recording, Bente. When it comes to live stuff, not a lot of exciting things happening. Midnight Sun season has started. I think it started today, if I'm not mistaken. Not that we can tell today because it's overcast. But the next time the sun sets is mid-July. And I think that's the only exciting thing to report. I'm sort of getting used to it, so I'm really not that impressed. This is going to be a really short one. I think some of the reason why I decided to do these once a month or thereabouts is that I would have more to talk about. That's one of the things that happened when they're so far apart, is you start projects and you forget about them until the next time you're recording. So I know I have works in progress that I haven't shown you. I know about one sweater that I'm knitting on, but I haven't touched it for 3 weeks. And it's going to be a Christmas present, so I think I'm not going to show you until it's finished. And it's thicker yarn as well, so it's really hot to knit on. So I think I'll just call that hibernating. So instead of me keeping on with the babbling and to try to make this longer, I'm just going to end it here, make myself a cup of coffee and edit this. And I'll see you again at the end of June. and I hope you have a really nice time until then. Bye bye.